And we're live.
Hi y'all, how y'all doing? My name is Malachi Brown. I'm a cellist and composer, and you're watching Strauss Hauss TV.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly right. This is what we call them. Yo, Malachi. So, what's your bigger love, cello or composing? Performing or composing?
That's a tough one. Mainly because I consider myself both, but someone recently told me at a gig that is like really big into composing that one day you're kind of gonna have to make a decision.
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
And that brings me back to when I was in the youth choir at church. And the choir director was like, you're gonna have to start learning the tenor and the alto part. And I'm like, for what? And he was like, because your voice is changing. I was like, no, it's not. The very next Sunday, I started squeaking. I was like, no. No. So going back to that, it's just like composing and performing are like my two loves. But I love not being able to play my work, you know? Whenever I compose, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm bearing it all out on stage. I don't need to play it.
Yeah. No, what I recently realized in my life is like, yeah, we want to be paid, you know, for what we do, right? And like, when it comes to performing, I just want to hear, good job. You know, that means so much to me. Mm-hmm. When somebody generally appreciates the work I put out, you know, more so than a check in a way, you know. But at the same time, since starting Strauss Hauss, I do have a love of watching everything go, you know, of putting together and watching everything go, and watching everybody else just kind of be happy in a way, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's a great feeling.
I feel like it's a matter of like we're building a world, and composers build worlds. You know, and so you're composing this series of just like getting different artists together. That's a composition in a way.
Yeah.
Just a physical manifestation.
It's a production. Yeah. For sure.
So there's the feeling of like I helped orchestrate this, and it's really good to have that feeling like this is a show. This is a good show.
So we had you on as a soloist when you sang, you played for us. Then we had you with the Dream Quartet. You compose. How did the Dream Quartet come together?
You can thank Maggie for that.
Hey, Maggie.
Hey. Maggie and I went to school at Ithaca. Like, we overlapped just for one semester because we were both transferring in. I ended up staying and she ended up transferring out after one semester.
Sorry, quick note. Was Nick Walker still teaching there, bass?
Yeah.
Isn't he great?
He's amazing.
Amazing, man.
He taught me how to play the tenor bass.
I believe it. He can teach it. He's one of those teachers that can teach anybody, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, just real
amazing guy.
Yeah, my bad. But Maggie? Yeah.
Yeah, so the following semester, I was like, where'd that little white girl go? And Maggie's so cheery and happy, I was like, where did she go? But we eventually met again, like maybe a couple years ago. We found out we were both in the city, and she was doing a gig at the bitter end, and that's when I had realized, oh, she lives here. And she was like, oh, you live here. So we ended up talking for a little bit. She's like, do you want to make a group together? I was like, sure. So she's kind of like the glue that brought everything together.
Awesome.
She got Dwayne, she got Liz, and the rest is history. Now we're here.
How many years y'all been together?
Officially one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all brand new. All right. And then you have your trio. What's up with the trio? What's the name of the trio?
Trio Chaotico.
Trio Chaotico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Duolingo in the house.
All right.
Okay.
A little bit of Spanglish, if you will.
Hey. So that's the one you go on the cruises with, right?
Yeah.
And how long have you been rocking with them?
Almost a year.
Okay. So it's all okay. Because I'm over here trying to get a feel for all the different pots you have your hands in right now. Because you got a lot going on, saying. And then you have a premiere coming up with the ACO, right?
ACF.
ACF, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ACO is next March.
What does ACF stand for again?
American Composers Forum.
Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Under the direction of Loki Karuna.
Awesome. And who was your biggest inspirations as far as compositions?
That's it's a full mix, I feel. I do love having like aspects of like little I love the sound of William Grant Still, and I like having like glimpses of some of his like trademark harmonies in there. Scriabin is my favorite composer of all time, even though he was crazy. But
the best are.
Yeah. Right? But then like my sound is rooted in like a Brahmsian type as well. So I like to combine those three together. You get a little bit of the crazy like contemporary sound from Scriabin, but then you have like the flowing melodies like Brahms, but then like some of the harmonies of Grant Still.
How old were you when you did your first composition?
Ooh.
Because to
my
me,
first official.
My bad to cut you off. Because to me, it's like conductors, composers, comedians. There's like certain professions that don't start until like your teenage years. You know, for most people, you know, or 20s, 30s even. You know, and like I'm just curious to know when you started your first composition, and you were like, I think I want to do this type of thing. Not like for a class project, but like,
yeah,
I'm doing this now for me.
Okay. Well, I would say for my first like official, like I finished a piece, I'd say that was around 13, 14.
Okay.
But like I've written like smaller things before just because I was like testing out Finale Notepad because my middle school teacher taught us how to compose just a little bit if it was like for the free program back in the day. Gotcha. But then my first official piece, which has this crazy name called
you gotta say it now.
Adventures of the End of 2011 featuring Angels Sing.
Okay. That's a title.
Uh-huh.
Who's Angels Sing? Wait a second.
It was my play on Hark the Herald, Angels Sing.
Okay.
I came up with it literally after this gig that I did. I was a sub for a quartet, a high school quartet. And I heard this, like, we were playing this arrangement. I was sight reading the whole thing because it was last minute, but there's this arrangement of the first Noel, those harmonies.
It hit you.
It hit me. Okay. On the car ride home, I just heard the music in my head and I was like, I have to write this down. So I wrote my first piece called that, and my mom was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, I hear the vision. It's going to be good.
Okay. Yeah, talking about your mom, I remember in one of our early conversations, she was a big influence in your singing or church or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, is she one of your biggest supporters or like, is she like...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Number one. Like, I send her, like, any new piece that I'm writing, I'm, like, sending her the MIDI file.
And she'll check it out?
She'll check it out. And she'll be like, okay, I can hear you in this. Or she'll be like, this is interesting, when she doesn't want to say it's bad.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask you next. You know what I'm saying? She real with you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. No, it's like whenever I have people in the crowd, mm-hmm. I know people are watching, my people are watching, mm-hmm. I step it up a little bit. I play a little better.
You got to.
Saying like, yeah, and that support is everything, man.
Right, because it makes you feel comfortable to really go in. Like, yeah. When my mom came to, like, my solo performances, or she'd be watching on, like, television for the live stream, like, when I was in college, I was like, I gotta step it up. She's watching. And I would feel like she would be there. Even though it's virtually, I would just be like, oh, she's sitting right there. I'm just,
now,
I feel good.
When I'm out and playing on Tahoe, like, they used to stream on PBS, and then I would send a link to my mom, and she would take pictures and send me pictures of the TV, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I really don't need to check. You know what I'm saying? All I need is the love, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I need to check too, but the love is what feels the best, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, okay. Should we step outside of music for a little bit? Yeah, what are you reading right now?
I'm reading Jazz by Toni Morrison.
So you look like you're like early in the book right now. Is there anything that really jumped off to you that you learned so far from the story?
It's very nuanced. It like coincides so far. It coincides grief and pain into jazz, and like how like Harlem is such a big influence on these two characters, but also like the death of like a character in the very beginning messing with these two who have very conflicting ideas of the first character is very weird in a way, because it's all connecting but in such like nuanced ways.
Awesome.
And only the way that Toni can do it, to be honest.
The books that you read, is it mostly musicians, like autobiographies, self-help? What kind of stories do you like?
I love historical fiction. That's my favorite genre.
Okay.
Like there was this book growing up called Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. And he won a Curtis Scott King Award for that book. And it took me so long to finish the book, but I was just like in love with it. I just kept starting from the beginning anytime I would pick it back up.
Okay.
So I was just like, I love this book.
Yeah.
But then there was this shift in like me not liking just regular fiction. I was just like, it's not interesting to me. I loved the historical aspect that went into the fiction. So I really started like gearing myself towards that, and my revival into like reading for fun was this book called The King is Dead by Jim Parsons. And it's about this white man who didn't know he was actually half black.
Uh-oh.
Who, and it just follows his life.
That's like Dave Chappelle. Yeah, the Dave Chappelle skit.
Look, it's none of my business. But it was a very interesting book because of his overarching arc and how like the characters underneath that arc that like blended in kind of like changed his perspective, which led me into reading Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye.
Okay.
And I think that paired very well, like just reading after The King is Dead. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So what I'm learning right now is that like you're a sponge. You know what I'm saying? You like to soak it all up. And like, just out of curiosity, who is your, just name, not your favorite, but name one of your like most influential teachers or mentors, saying that like really took you to the next level, whether it's performance, whether it's composition, or maybe it's a friend saying that like they're just always hitting at a high level. You're like, damn, I gotta hit at a high level now. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a few people. Sister Angela from church, Calvary Revival.
What'd she say to you?
She said, you're going to be great, and you need to know that. Don't forget it. And even when you do, just know that God's got something in store for you, no matter what happens. And that kind of stuck with me, and I remember her telling me that, like, in the old church before it got revamped. I was like, okay. Mind you, I'm like 7. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
That, to be honest, sorry to cut you off. That's the age, I think. You know, like it's in the early days, like that, like before 18.
Yeah.
Saying like those those old women saying that talk to us, you know. Like a lot of my favorite rappers, you know, like when they tell their story, you know, it's like a mom or a grandma that has really believed in them, where they're just so delusional now that they think they can do anything.
Anything.
You know what I'm saying? And like seeing is believing, you know. And like my first bass student, his dad was like, yo, my grandmother used to always tell me I could be president. But I'm like, whatever, grandma. Say, I've never seen a black president. Saying, but all my son knows is a black president, and all my son knows about classical music is a black bass teacher. You know what I'm saying? And like, so his son can see and believe now. He doesn't have to go through the hurdles of, you know, of the things of not seeing, you know, of not believing.
Yeah.
Saying he doesn't have to, is this possible? It's right in front of his face. You know, so I can be that too now. You know? And like, but just to get that motivation from people you believe in, you look up to, saying, yeah, definitely. I'm Jumps the Boogie, you know?
Definitely. And my mom has always instilled in me that I can always do what I set my mind to. And she taught me very hard lessons about that. But one underlying theme that she always like used to say, her thing was, you need to spread your wings and fly. That was what she would always say to me. And that and do better. But do better was like, it was triggering for me.
All right, so
I was like, oh God.
Tell me the first time she told you to do better. How'd you fuck up?
Yeah, my grades was low.
Why were your grades low? You skipping class or what? What were you doing?
I would never skip class. It would just be hard.
Okay. I was skipping class. Yeah, that was my thing back in the day. Yeah. I used to scheme on my teachers. You know.
Oh.
I used to do things to them or like write like papers that are super emotional. You know.
Oh.
So they'd be like, "Damn, Chris, you know, you really going through it like that?" And I just want to show up for the rest of the semester.
Oh no!
You know, I show up, but like when I wanted to.
Right, when you
know?
wanted to, when it was like necessary.
I would write that one paper, you know, saying that would get them, you know, that clinch it, you know. I remember I did a poem about, shout out to my older brothers. One time we got into a fist fight, right, and we stopped talking for like a couple years, and like I wrote about that poem in the class, and when I'm reading the poem, my whole voice is shaking. My eyes is watering up.
Oh no.
Never had to go to class ever again. No. Yeah. That's little facts. Yeah, but yeah. Now, okay, you said so far, mommy, you said auntie from the church.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you said that before any of your teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I appreciate that.
No, honestly.
But I do want to know what are the teachers though.
Yeah. Well, I can honestly say all my teachers have been women until high school. I can say my middle school teachers, and mind you, I've been like transferring to different schools like for a minute, but my 6th grade year, actually let's start from 5th grade.
Right.
So my very first orchestra teacher ever was a man, Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns.
Mr.
Okay.
Burns. And then 6th grade, I had Angela Burns, no relation.
That's random as hell.
Right. And then she also went to my church, but she also works in the school system. But she was an amazing teacher, and I'll never forget that she also believed in me. She was like, you can play the cello. Like, you're doing great. Let's get you, like, together. And then when I ended up transferring, because my mom was like, you're going to go to a good school. You're going to go to, like, this magnet school that has everything, uniforms included. I was like, oh, my goodness. But I went to the magnet school the following year. I had Helen Martell, who taught me how to compose. and taught me vibrato and like really like pushed me forward to be like the cellist that I know I can be. You know, she was just like, yeah, like you're good. You're gonna be playing this. Like I need you to step it up. You know, and like she kept us humble at the same time as well, because you couldn't tell me nothing once I learned vibrato. Oh my goodness. Once I learned the widest vibrato, you could take a smoke break in between every oscillation. But she was amazing. Really like instilled that like I can do this. Just like every teacher has, but like she was like a driving force to lead me into the next step, because she got me private lessons for free. And so I like got a scholarship to get private lessons to my first teacher, Miss Dion Bright. Love you. Well, no, she's Dion Smith now because she's married to Jeff Smith, an amazing cellist from the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. She taught me how to really hone in my ear, and she has perfect pitch. And she was like, "Wait, you have perfect pitch too?" I was like, "How do you know?" And she was like, "Well, you already recognize people in the choir singing wrong notes. Let's see if you can recognize, if you can see, if you can match notes on cello." And I did. And so she would train me every week, just like training my ear training, ear training, ear training. But then also like helping me realize my sound. And then she encouraged me to audition for governor's school, which she worked at.
Okay.
So that's when I, boom, auditioned for governor's school after my 9th grade year, because I was taking lessons with her for 2 years. And then she was like, let's get you in this program. Because at first I was in a robotics program in 9th grade. Because I was like, I'm going to be a mechanical engineer. I was like, that's what's going to happen. And then she was like, you're going to be a cellist.
Okay.
So
okay.
That program happened, and then my teacher at the robotics program was like, your heart's in music. You have to do it. I was like, damn.
No, it's interesting you told me you wanted to be a mechanical engineer, because you said it, I'm like, yeah, I can see that too, but like, I would never expect it until you had said it, you know? Because the music is definitely inside of you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's like, finish this year out, but you're going to get into that school, and I'm going to see you on TV. And I was like, okay. Hey. And then that's when I got into the school, and I had Leslie Fratelli. This woman, she is incredible. She like laid the foundation down, like in terms of technique. I will say like she really like honed in on my skills and like really powered me through up until like my freshman year of college. That's like who really like stuck with me after like all those teachers who like believed in me. They were like, okay, we're gonna lead you up to this point. Everyone's just like passing me along. It was like an assembly line of like, let's get Malachi to the top. Okay. And then Leslie Fratelli was like, okay, let's work on you here. So she was a powerhouse in really like getting me together and really believing that I could do it, helping me become the performer that I am today. Because if I didn't have her, I wouldn't be performing like I do, to be honest.
Awesome, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage or like in your musical career?
Mm-hmm. In college, there was this piece in the new works ensemble, and it was just embarrassing because like the whole piece was in C major, mind you, and it was a new piece from a composer who had won the VIPA competition. And mind you, I was like, I don't know what this competition is, but this piece sucks. I was like, what is this? And so, like, I was like the number one person for like to be called for the new works ensemble. I was just like, everyone wanted me because like I know how to perform new works from high school. Governor school, they trained you for everything. They taught you how to play new compositions, taught you how to play old compositions. Like you got well versed in style. So I was just like, I'm good at new music. So they put me in that ensemble for no credit, mind you. And this piece, I don't even remember the name, but it was all in C major. It was like fitting a puzzle piece together. Everyone had like different sections that would lead into another person's part, and it was too fast. And the thing was is that we had like a conductor that like, I'm sorry, Ki-hoon, but you weren't clear. It wasn't clear.
Talk about it. Unclear conductors, get rid of them.
I'm so sorry. It was not good. I was just like, this piece is not good. And I know you know that piece wasn't good. Just so you know. I know you didn't believe in that piece. I didn't believe in that piece either. But it was so hard. And then I had Jeanette, this amazing flutist. She was right next to me. And we had a lot of passing parts together. But then there was also a marimba behind us that was also taking parts. So I was like, what is this? And so I kept getting lost during the performance, mind you. And I started sweating bullets. I was like, oh, I suck right now. Because the composer actually came from Italy to watch his premiere.
Oh, no.
And I ruined it. I was like, oh my God. At some points, I got so lost, I just started playing a regular C major scale.
No, you gotta fake it till you make it.
I did.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
But that's the thing, I'm not good at faking. I have to learn the part.
Yeah, I prefer it that way as well, but like sometimes in the business stuff comes at you so fast, you know, you gotta you know?
Yeah. But that was the most embarrassing performance to date, I will say.
What's a piece of advice that you can give to a young artist or any other artist? You know, like what's a gem you can give to them?
1 second.
No, we got to talk about Just Salad as well, bro. Because we're talking about some of them deals again. He said smoothies, but first,
yes, get you that app, rewards points.
Just Salad, right?
Just Salad.
Okay.
I would say my advice is remember that the music that you're giving is a gift to the audience. That takes all the pressure off of being good, per se, because what you're going to give, nobody knows what you're ready to give, what you're about to play. And you need to realize that when you give a gift to someone, they're not going to like reject it. Like they're happy that they're getting something. You're giving the gift of music, which means you can give them literal shit and they're going to be happy with it. I'm not saying give them shit, like practice your part. However, what you have been working for and working towards, don't be afraid of showing that, because being nervous is only going to be an inhibitor. So remember that you're giving a gift, and whatever mistakes you make, that's a part of the gift, and that's what makes it beautiful and unique. So play your little heart out, to be honest. Play fearlessly.
No, I like that. That's amazing. Yeah, this is actually one of the longest interviews I've ever done, and it's so easy to talk to you, you know. But
well, I have more.
I could keep on going, but like I'm just thinking about the editing right now.
Oh,
so,
you're correct.
No, but
when I used to make videos, I know that.
I was trying to think how to end this off real quick. What's one of your biggest fears?
I think running out of ideas.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because we've come to this point in our musical interpretations where we're playing the same 5 composers, right? and it's so hard to differentiate yourself from other like interpretations or other people, because the current class of who's still going to these like orchestra concerts, for instance, or these chamber concerts, they're old white people. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
You mean the audience, or you mean like
the audience? Mm-hmm. So when you like have these ideas and like these like opinions about what is supposed to be happening in the said music, it's hard to really like make yourself known for having a new idea of something. And same in composition. Composition has moved towards a lot of soundscape, but also just like not really sticking towards pure music. And mind you, that's just my opinion. Don't crucify me. But I'll say that there's a lot of music out there that is either like just really loud the whole time, or has just a lot of extended techniques because they're trying to find something new, trying to search for something. And I'm trying to do that within like the melody space. Like I want to find something beautiful, but I don't want it to sound like something else.
Yeah.
But in my own voice, I feel like that's more of a problem, where if I don't experience my life as often as I do, then I'm gonna run out of ideas, because then I'm not gonna have anything to say.
No, I'm a big believer in enjoying life and not worrying, not stressing. Like when people try to stress me out, I try to get them away from me. You know, like yeah.
Open water.
I try to get them away from me. You know, and like, cause like yeah, I think stress goes into your health as well.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's the thing that kills people. You know, like you know.
Same with growth. If you have people around you that aren't growing, you gotta move them. That's a thing that I had to learn, because I'm a sentimental person. I'm a Cancer. So I'm just like, oh, everyone come here, tee. But I'm like, also, I only keep people around me who are actively growing and growing themselves, because that encourages me to grow, which then like waters, like everyone's watering each other in that respect.
Yeah, my community that I keep around me is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like to cut nobody off. I might put them to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Because it's like, you don't know what's going on. Saying
right.
over there, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, it's like, what's going on with them, or, you know, like, sometimes it's bigger than we even know, you know what I'm saying? Like, so,
yeah.
I just let that, like, I just let go and let them be. I live and let live is what I try to do.
Yeah.
But if you come for me, yeah, we done.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you come for me, we done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't attack nobody, but if you attack me, oh yeah, let's shoot. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And if I realize that like I'm being treated the same exact way, there's no type of recognition or like any type of like acknowledgement that like something is going on and I don't even know about it, I have to move on, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's not my problem to deal with at that point.
It's better that way. Yeah, it's better that way. It's because it'll only become a distraction and a hurdle for you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll only slow you down instead of fuck the distractions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had to learn that the hard way last year when my house burned down.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's another thing about you. I remember I saw you like a day or two after, or a week or something after your house burned down. You just got great energy, man. Like, like you handle that shit better than I would have. I would have been outside robbing everybody. Yeah. I'm gonna get my get back somehow, some way. Saying God ain't gonna do this to me. Yeah. I'm playing. Yo, Malachi Brown said, I know you about to go on this cruise. Where's the cruise gonna be at? What countries? Not states. What part of the world are you going to?
We're going back to Canada, and we're gonna hit Canada, Alaska for 3.5 months, and then go down to Mexico for the last bit.
Mexico.
Mexico, Mexicano.
Right. Well, Malachi, thank you for coming through. We can't wait to have you back on our stage with either you or the Dream Quartet. And one day we got to get that trio up here.
All right.
Saying, get that. What's homegirl's name in Puerto Rico?
Jennifer.
Gotta get Jenny up here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we had Dwayne up here last time with the Dream. Saying,
Yes.
yo, that nigga got some nice hair, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's all natural?
Yeah.
Yeah, look like it, man. That's so crazy. That's awesome, man. But yeah. Until next time, y'all. This is Strauss Hauss TV. Malachi Brown from the Dream Quartet, or part of the Dream Quartet.
And Trio Chaotico.
And Trio Chaotico. And the composer. Stop playing with me. Peace. Till next time.
See ya.